Hey friends, and welcome to Let's Find Out About It. So today we read a brand new book called Rabbits and Raindrops. And I remember that this book is about 5 baby rabbits who travel outside for the very first time. But when they travel outside, they experience some unexpected weather. I remember that it begins to rain and our rabbits have to go and find some shelter. So I remember that the rabbits had to find some shelter because they have this special covering called fur. If we look at this picture right here, we can see the mom rabbit very up close. We get a very good look at her fur and what her fur looks like. So right here we see that she has this thick brown short hair that covers her whole entire body. We see that the fur covers her ears, it covers her paws. She is completely covered as well as all of the other baby rabbits. So let's start to think a little bit about where the rabbits live. We know that rabbits live outside. Usually they live near a forest or some woods. And we know that when you live outside near a forest or woods, it can get very cold during the winter. If we think back to the book Dario and the Whale, I remember that the whale and her calf, they like to swim to a different part of the ocean to find some warmer water. And they had to migrate to a different part so that they could have weather they enjoyed. But our rabbits, they don't migrate. They stay in their forest the whole entire year and they deal with all of the different kinds of weather that you may experience. Even the harsh snow of the wintertime and all of the rain of the spring. So, since our rabbits have to experience all of this different weather, that is why they have this fur. This fur here is to protect them from all of the different things they may experience, whether it's raining, snowing, or even sunny outside. So we know that this fur keeps them warm when it's cold, and we know that this fur is also not waterproof. It can get wet and very damp, and that's probably uncomfortable. So they try not to get their fur wet and go and find some shelter, just like what happened in our book. Now friends, let's start to think. Let's take a good look at the fur from Rabbits and Raindrops. Can you think of any other animals that have fur just like our rabbits? Yeah, let's put our thinking caps on and let's take a second to think about some animals that have fur just like our rabbits. Okay, friends, I hope that was enough time for you. I know I was able to think of a couple animals that also have fur, just like our rabbits. Maybe you were able to think of a dog, a cat, maybe a raccoon, or even a bear. Now, these are all different types of animals that have fur. And if we look, we see that they have this short, thick hair that is covering their whole entire body, just like our rabbits. But friends, let's start to think about something else. Let's think about other animals and all of the different animals that you know about. Do all of these animals have fur that cover their bodies? No, I don't think so. Can you think of some animals that don't have fur or very short, thick hair that covers their whole entire body? Yeah, let's take a second to think about that now. Okay, so I was able to think of a few animals that do not have fur. Maybe you were able to think of a snake, a crocodile, a bird, or even a hen. And these are all animals that don't have fur. So friends, just like our rabbits have fur that keep them safe during the weather they experience in the forest or in their homes, other animals have special coverings that fit their habitat or where they live. And these special habitats are special just for them. So other animals may have scales, they may have shells, skin, feathers, or even hair. But even though animals may have all of these different types of coverings, it's very cool because their covering is always specific for them. And it gives them the best thing that'll protect them from the different weather and different things that they'll experience. So let's look at some different animals and let's think about some of the different coverings that these animals have. First, I'm going to put up a picture of a bird. So what type of coverings do birds have, friends? Yes, we know that birds have feathers. We also know that birds are the only animals with feathers. Now, these feathers are very special for birds because not only do the feathers keep birds warm, just like the fur may keep our rabbits warm, the feathers also help our birds fly. So, as our birds fly through the sky, they need something that will help them move quickly and smoothly. So, those feathers are special just for that. Now, the next animal we're going to think about is a whale, just like our whale from Dario the Whale. I remember from that book that whales have a smooth, rubbery skin. And friends, if we think about it, whales live in the ocean. They swim throughout the water, so they need something that's going to help them move fast and quickly, and so the water will just roll right off of them. So that is why whales have that smooth, rubbery skin. The last animal we're going to talk about is a snake. Do you know what type of covering a snake has? Yeah, our snake right here and other reptiles, they have scales. And I know the scale looks a little scary to me. I don't like snakes that much, but these scales are special because it is a thick layer of skin that protects the snakes as they slither and move around on the ground. So that thick layer of scales, it protects our snakes as they move and do all of the different things throughout the day. So we talked about some of the different coverings animals may have, like scales, fur, skin, or shells. So with a core member, you're going to do a guessing game. The core member is going to show you a picture, and you have to use all of the knowledge that we just learned to try to guess what type of covering and what type of animal that picture belongs to.
Hello friends, today we are going to play a game of Guess the Fur with me, Miss Hannah. So how the game will work is that I will put a picture of the animal's fur and you guys will try to guess what animal it is based off of my hints and the picture. Okay, so the first animal lives in a forest, maybe a park, and the fur is a little bit prickly. And so as you can see, it has little spikes on its fur. Do you guys know what animal it is? Drum roll, please. It's a hedgehog. So hedgehogs have little spikes at the end of their coat, and that is to protect them. So a lot of different animals have fur and coats that protect them, and so hedgehogs have spikes in order to protect them from predators, so people or animals that could hurt them. Moving on to the next animal. The next animal lives in the ocean underwater, and it looks like its skin's really smooth. And sometimes they have little bumps on their skin, but most of the time it is really smooth. Do you guys know what animal it is? Okay, drum roll. It's a whale. So whales have really smooth skin, but as you can see in the upper picture, the whale kind of has some bumps on it, but most of the time whale skin is very smooth. And that's so they can glide through the water. Okay, moving on to the next animal. So this animal lives in Africa, specifically in the savannah. It looks like they have short hair. And it seems to have this really cool pattern on it. Do any of you guys know what the animal is? Okay, friends, are you ready to figure out what this animal is? Friends, drum roll. The animal is a giraffe. So as you can see, the giraffe has these patterns on it, almost like spots, and this is for camouflage. But underneath each patch is blood vessels, so the blood will run through it, and so it's actually depicting the blood vessels of the giraffe. But first and foremost, it is for camouflage. Okay, next animal. Ooh, this one's really zoomed in. So this is going to be very smooth, but very muscular and hard, and very warm and dry. Like it's gonna feel very scaly. And it can be found in many different habitats, including forests and deserts. And it seems to have these little scales on it. So friends, keep your guess in your mind and let's drum roll to find out what animal it is. The animal is a snake. So snakes a lot of times have different coloring for camouflage as well to hide in their habitat, so they can sneak up on prey. So yeah. Okay, next animal. Animal has a very furry coat, and they tend to eat berries and other fruits they find in the forest, as well as fish. And their coat looks really furry, almost like I would want to hug it. It's very soft. It's very soft looking. Okay, friends, keep your guess in your mind and let's drum roll to find out the name of the animal. The name of the animal is a grizzly bear. And so grizzly bears tend to live in forest habitats, and their coat is very thick, and that's to keep them warm in the winter. But also, friends, it can help them blend in the forest, in the dirt, because they have brown fur. Okay, friends, so this animal can be found near fresh water, so a lake or a river, not an ocean, because an ocean is salt water. And this animal uses their skin, fur, to protect them. And so I know that we talked about earlier when we were guessing hedgehog that their coat of the prickly spikes protected them. This skin protects this animal. And it tends to be pretty rough and hard and maybe a little bumpy. Friends, can you keep your guess in your mind and drum roll to find out what kind of animal this is? Okay, let's drum roll. And the animal is a turtle. And so here we have our little turtle friend, and he is near rocks. And so he can hide and put his full body under the shell to protect him from predators. And so it will make him just look like a big rock. This is the last and final animal. And it seems like the texture is pretty smooth and soft, and maybe even has feathers, and it tends to live in trees and in a forest, and that could be like a rainforest or just, your normal forest. Okay, friends, put the thought in your head of what this animal is, and now let's do our final drum roll to figure out what animal it is. The animal is a bird. And so this is a parrot specifically. It's very colorful. Birds come in all different colors, and sometimes it's for blending in or to attract other birds. But there's many different reasons for their coloring, but it can be for camouflage or to protect other birds, because frankly they're just pretty colors. So yeah, I enjoyed playing Guess the Fur with you guys today, and now you will go back to group meeting with Khalees. Bye!
Okay, friends, I hope you enjoyed that activity of guessing all of the different animals based off of the coverings that you saw in the picture. So today we learned that all animals have some type of protective coat. We know that rabbits have a thick fur that keeps them warm throughout the winter and when it gets cold, and it also may help them with water. We learned that birds have feathers that help them fly through the sky, and some reptiles may have scales that are thick and protect them. There's a wide range of different coverings animals can have, but they're all special just for that animal. Right here in the picture, we see that this turtle has a shell, and this is a special type of covering that we haven't talked about right here. So this shell is kind of like this turtle's home. We see that the water is dropping right on it and it rolls right off. So this shell is waterproof. Water cannot get into it and make the turtle wet. So this shell is like the turtle's home. And I know that it protects the turtle from all of the different things that it may experience, just like this water that is dropping on it. Our turtle right here looks so unbothered. He doesn't look worried. That water is not even bothering him because he has that shell that will cover it for him. Friends, have you ever been to the beach or the seashore, and have you seen different types of little shells in the ocean? Yeah, I know sometimes when I pick those shells up and I feel the different textures and I use my sense of touch to explore this shell, I know sometimes they're very hard and they're really strong. So that makes me know that that shell can protect that animal from a lot of different things, just like all of the different coverings we've talked about. So friends, thank you for coming to Let's Find Out About It. I hope you enjoyed learning about all of the different coverings that animals may have. And next time you see an animal out, I want you to take a look and think about why that animal may have that special covering.